Oh, this douchebag. Here is Jim Cramer. He used to do a show with Larry Kudlow. He was the lefty on the show. He's the one I remember so vividly. Him saying, Bear Stearns is not in trouble whatsoever. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And I think like 4 days later, they literally put a chain on the door.
That was his peak, right? Like the financial crisis. I don't think he ever really recovered from that.
Nor should he have. Nor should he have. But here's Jim Cramer.
Who I believe they've done I'm trying to find the exact article. There was an extensive research, I think, by someone at Wharton or something like that of his investment advice. And much like Trump, if he was just to have put it in an index fund, you would be making more money than if he followed his
If you have any
investment
questions,
advice.
if you have any questions about the stock market, I would suggest you look for Helene Olin and Harold Pollack's book, Index Card. And all you need is on an index card for investing, which is basically like, if you have to ask, you do not know enough about the stock market to do well in it, except for just invested in a low cost mutual fund and then walk away.
Yeah, the paper published by Wharton graduate students Jonathan Hartley and Matthew Olson investigates the performance of one of Cramer's stock portfolios over a 15-year period. The findings indicated that Cramer's Action Alerts Plus portfolio returned 64.5% cumulatively since its inception in 2001 versus S&P 500 70%.
So there you go.
So that's my, okay.
But it's a lot more fun to watch him go crazy. Oh, and this is also fun. Here's Cramer protecting his assets.
Number one stock performer. The issue here is they're out of warehouse space, David. They need it. They are out of warehouse space, but they do have Amazon. So where does Jassy pull back from, David, if he has too many? Certainly maybe Staten Island. That sounds going there well. David's pro-union.
Yeah, no, I don't know where they pull back from.
David's pro-union.
Yeah.
You just want me to close.
What a funny little quip.
You know, it'd be fun. I'd like to see what happens when they do that, because the National Labor Relations Board would have a slightly different thing to say about it. And the bottom line is, again, you know, like, look, I will crap on Biden from here to eternity. But the bottom line is, you're not just electing one old dude or one old woman, we can hope at one point, to the presidency. You're electing everybody who comes in there and all these other positions. In the National Labor Relations Board, the fact that it is staffed now by Biden appointees makes a material difference to the ability of labor to organize. Staten Island would not have happened under a Trump National Labor Relations General Counsel. Would not. What Starbucks is going through now, where the National Labor Relations Board is going and saying, like, you got to rehire these people in Tennessee. You got an action on you because of what's going on in Buffalo. It makes a difference in the lives of those 9 people. Mm-hmm. But it makes a real big difference when other companies are out there going like, we're not going to get away with this anymore.
Yeah. And you know, there's plenty of stuff to be upset about Biden, mainly in that he's not like going against what Trump did, for instance, on Title 42. But the NLRB thing is really like open and shut case of like all these Jimmy Dore type arguments of there's no difference between the parties. Like it's just idiocy at this point. And you're an anti-worker, I think, if you do make that argument that there's absolutely no difference, and you should just stay home and hope that actually leads to the change you want to. I think it's basically an anti-worker argument.
Well, talk to union organizers, because they will literally say that no, this is a market shift.
Yeah,
in Obama's policy, in Clinton's policy, certainly in Trump, Bush, etc.
Which is why, like, I never thought that was that interesting of a question anyway, whether Democrats are even marginally. Of course they are. Of course they are.